Can you hear me?
You listening to WAW. What a week.
What a week.
Welcome back to WOW, What a Week. So, you win some, you lose some. We won the Rugby World Cup, but we lost electricity with load shedding at a minute after the final whistle. We won a public holiday, sort of, because it's on the Friday before a public holiday falling on a Saturday. We see you, President Ramaphosa. But we didn't win any free data. But let's not waste the data you are using to view us. Let's get straight into it. Welcome back to WOW, What a Week.
This is
Wow!
What a Week.
What a week. You can't make this shit up.
Our comedian is in the building. I love him. He's like one of the coolest guys ever. We've had him on O Ship before, and he is a person many are not talking about. A person many are talking about right now, though, is some joker who's been pretending to be a doctor. Our next guest went the other way around, became an actual doctor, then decided he wanted to be a joker. This shit writes itself, doesn't it? Please give a warm welcome to comedian Doctor, well, he must prove it first, Suhayl Essa.
Thank you for having me, Fresh. Great to be here.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yes,
I'm
sir?
good, man. I'm just doubting my life.
How do we even know you're a doctor, bra?
To be honest, I don't even know myself anymore.
Because apparently vets are doling these out now.
Yeah, that's my alumni, and I did not know that they were just dishing out these degrees for free, man. Apparently, they give you a stethoscope with your degree. I did not get one.
That you wear on social media like it's some headphone. You're
wow.
fucking listening to tunes.
There was a video I saw of the guy wearing it like in his ears.
Yes.
Whilst talking into camera.
Yes.
Like, what are you listening to? Your heart cannot be that interesting.
You know, that's when I knew that he's not a doctor. There's no way he's a doctor. Doctors don't
Why?
do that. No, nobody walks around with a stethoscope in his ears, and nobody has a stethoscope around their neck unless they're on duty.
Yes, of course.
Nobody.
I mean, I feel like he was just trying way too hard to prove that he is a doctor by wearing the stethoscope. And he was like, oh, if they see the stethoscope, obviously they're going to be like, yeah, that's a doctor.
Must be a doctor.
That's normal. That's what all doctors do. Like, we don't take it off. In the shower.
I'm surprised with each session you didn't put on rubber gloves.
Oh my goodness. Used rubber gloves.
What, with like a brown tip?
Yeah. To prove it. To prove it.
To prove his point.
It's so crazy, man.
You know, when Dr. Matthew was arrested the other day, obviously he went to
Helen Joseph Hospital. Yeah.
To shoot content.
Yeah.
And then they caught him.
Yeah.
The security caught him. He asked to go to the bathroom, and then he
tried to jump out the window.
He escapes, but his video is shooting as he's running. And
what?
Limping. Yeah, he's shooting and limping along. And then they arrest him. They obviously then they apprehend him. And I like the part in the video where he's denying everything, that he's done nothing wrong.
So he's running. Because I didn't even see that part. I saw the part where he got apprehended, like his lip is bust. He's kind of on the floor.
No, he was running, but the camera is still on. He's like live, I think, on Instagram Live.
What?
Dude, that is diehard content creator.
Yeah. You know, when you're about to get arrested and you're still like, what up, peeps? Yeah. Me and Saps.
Yeah. And I laughed because there's a part where the security from the hospital are busy interrogating him. And he's like, okay, guys, everybody, please get out. I'm like, what the fuck do you think?
What do you mean? Please get out.
This is not your bedroom.
We're here on your live. Where must I go?
And then his lawyer is on some, listen, this is just social media.
Yeah, I read that literally this morning.
Yeah.
It's completely, he was like, no. He didn't do anything wrong. Yeah. He was just pretending to be a doctor, but he didn't actually get money from anyone.
He didn't prescribe any meds.
But I heard in the beginning he was trying to like push his own like herbal supplement line.
Yeah, but everyone does that.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody pretends to be a doctor to push it. Because let's be honest, if you see a guy who looks like who's wearing a stethoscope 24/7, you're going to be like, yeah, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing. But I also heard that the reason why they apprehended him at the hospital is because apparently they caught him in the theater trying to get medication, like steal medication.
Jeez.
And I'm assuming he was probably trying to sell that medication somewhere else.
What was he? Was he going to Google what the medication
I
does?
don't know. Because the weird thing is, like, when he talks, it sounds like he kind of has an idea of what's going on, but he doesn't know exactly what's going on. Like, if you're a real doctor and you're listening to me going, something suspicious here.
Because there's one of the sessions he had on social media I listened to, and I was like, this guy is reading shit I've read on Google.
Oh, okay.
He's regurgitating shit I've read on Google when I was on some, I have a rash. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
I was like, that's the same shit as when I had a rash on my bum. You know, like, what is he doing? But I'm told that he did issue diet pills. And the barcode was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
What?
9.
He issued what?
Diet pills.
Yeah. So there we go. I don't understand how he's gotten off so easy.
Honestly, I don't think the NPA feel they have a strong enough case to put him away for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want to waste their time on him.
Yeah, true.
And in the bigger scheme of things, he was playing doctor on social media. A lot of us play rich, we play blessed, we play handsome, we play beautiful on social media. Social media is just play.
Some of us are ugly.
Exactly. Social media is just play.
Yeah.
So in the bigger scheme of things, maybe his lawyer's onto something. But something worried me though.
What worried?
They're doing the press conference.
Yeah.
His lawyer rubbed the top of his head. Like literally,
Rub the top of his head for good luck.
No. In a very, I hope it's not what I think it is way.
What, like an affectionate way?
I swear it was very PDA, the way he rubbed his top of his
Just
head.
the top of his head.
You know, I could rub your top of your head like you're my son or you're my lighty.
Yeah.
But that one was a bit like, nah, dude.
Like you're my
You're
my person.
It was a very pro bono rub. If you know what I mean. It looked like
maybe later a pro boning. What? That's crazy.
Dude,
Yeah, imagine being in bed with your lawyer. That's weird.
Why would that be weird? You can always object. No.
Turn over. I object. Wow. Well, I mean, he's gonna walk free, but it's a bit telling about our society, like how gullible or how easily people fall. But he was a really good con artist.
Yeah.
I mean, he genuinely got away with it for a long period of time.
For a while.
And I suppose in this country, with our broken systems, you can get fake paperwork, you can get fake. So, I mean, he definitely played the system.
And I think also because generally a lot of us are just looking for free advice.
Of course.
If I can get a doctor to tell me something that I don't have to pay for, I will take it.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised as to the WhatsApp pictures I get. I get random, no numbers. Like I've met you once, and then I just get quang. And you know, like when you get a picture on WhatsApp, if you don't know the person, it doesn't show you the picture they're sending you immediately.
Oh, yes.
You gotta tap that thing.
Absolutely.
And the moment, I'll tell you, like about 2 months ago, I got a message and I tapped it and I was like, oh my Lord.
What was it?
Someone sent me a dick pic, but not like that. Not like not in like an affectionate way.
Are they looking
like,
for a diagnosis?
Yes, they were looking for a diagnosis. Like, hey, not like, hey, look at how good this is, but like, hey, look at how bad this is. Can you help me?
And did you help?
No, I was like, I think you need to see someone and get like, you can't just WhatsApp me a picture of your penis and expect me to give you a diagnosis. I mean, that's...
What kind of doctor are you, dude? I thought
like okay, imagine someone randomly 8 a.m. on walking down the street, play me a track.
I get that. No, dude, I get mailed mixes all the time. Why can't you get mailed dicks that need help?
Oh, really? People mail you their mixes and say, fix my mix.
Fix my mix, Dr. DJ.
Yeah, no, and what do you do for those people?
I let them down gently. I don't ignore it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I let him down gently. I was like, look, man, you're probably gonna die. But it was nice knowing you, and don't send me your penis pictures anymore.
Yeah, and picture number 3, where were you on holiday? I want to go there. Do you know someone who can actually get me a good discount there?
Huh?
No, I mean, that would be me. Before after telling him he's going to die, you know?
Yeah, I was like, yo, man, you need to stop sticking it in the wrong places. That's
Fuck.
So yeah, look, but that's the life of being a doctor, man. And people want free advice. People love free advice.
Yeah.
People will do anything.
Does that happen to you
not pay.
at family gatherings where you get asked for?
Yeah, but it's like, it's more now.
Or your
people aren't
family
going to
of-
show. People aren't going to be at the braai and be like, "Oh, you like this verse? Well, I have a look at this."
Mine has a rash. Help.
Nah, it's more like okay, have a look at because you know I'm Indian, and
Yeah.
so you always find an auntie.
There's always an auntie. Yes.
Yeah, well, you know anything about my sugar? And I'm like, yeah, can you put the Coke down? And then we'll talk about your sugar. And
Yeah.
then there's some uncle with his, yeah, we have been suffering with the bunions for the last 7 years. And I'm like, yeah, you think we're going to solve it at this braai in 15 minutes? So, yeah, people do love their free advice.
What is more difficult for you? Your first day on stage or having to tell your Indian parents that I'm ditching medicine for comedy?
Ooh. First day on stage
Yeah.
or first time telling them I'm ditching? I would say the first time on stage,
Yeah.
I think that was so nerve-wracking for me because
So more nerve-wracking than the dishonor of telling your parents that I'm a qualified doctor, but now I want to be a comic.
like it was difficult, but I still don't think that anything was as difficult as taking that first leap,
Oh,
like
yes.
to get on
Yeah,
stage.
yeah, yeah.
Like I don't know, how did you feel when you first played your first set, like live for an audience, and you've been thinking about it, you've been prepping? How did you feel?
I was 13 years old and I believed I kicked ass, and I did. I'm 51, I'm still kicking ass.
Dope.
So yeah, tell me your story.
Now, I thought I'll just switch this interview around real quick. But I was like 21 years old. I was in university.
Yeah.
I stumbled upon a little like bar. I saw people doing comedy week after week. I was like, do I think I can do this? I think I could.
So
I think I
you
could.
knew you were kind of funny, but
I knew I had the ability,
Okay.
or at least I had the belief, the innate belief internally.
Yes.
Because stand-up is not something that I don't believe many people are like, the first time I get on stage, I'm killing, I'm doing my best,
Yes,
I
yes,
am
yes,
the greatest I will ever be. Most people have to go through a very long period of like, I suck.
Yeah, yeah.
I hate, I don't know if I'm good at this.
Yeah.
So when I first stepped on stage, it was a lot of it was just overcoming that internal fear of just speaking to a live audience. And just overcoming that fear was probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life.
Yes,
and then telling my family, I was like, I know how they're going to respond. Whereas this audience, I was like, I don't know how these people are going to respond.
yeah, one is given.
Yeah, one is given. Like, I
There'll
know.
be shame and disappointment.
Yeah, I know you're not going to like me after I say this, but that's fine. We'll go through that. I know how to navigate
I
this
know the
space.
pills to take to fix how I feel.
Yeah. But when it's a group of people who looking up at you just like, tell us more. Tell us more about your life, young man.
Yeah, you think you're funny.
Oh, think you're funny now? Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's the answer I have to that question.
Tell us about your podcast. You've got a podcast, very interesting podcast.
Yeah, look, I do a lot on social media. I filmed my tour over the last year. I was doing that. I had left medicine for a while. I've come back doing a lot of stuff with men's health. So particularly like men's reproductive health. So yes, you don't need to send me your penis pictures now. You can actually go to a platform online. So it's all online.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we consult. We see people who can't get it up, who can't last long enough in bed, who have rashes, who don't have rashes, who just want to talk, who feeling a bit low. Mental health. We treat all of that, and it's all online.
So where is this platform? Like what?
So it's
what's
called
it
gensclinic.co.za, and then we've got a podcast that we also discuss all the issues, but it's in like a light-hearted manner. So it's the Gens Clinic podcast, and we've got the Gens Clinic website where we do fully virtual online consultations. We make diagnosis by sending you for blood tests,
Yeah.
and then after that, we'll prescribe you treatment and follow you up on a monthly basis. So that's kind of what.
That is amazing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of South Africans were looking for this type of service, you know,
Yes, sir.
where we live busy lives. It's tough to get out, go see a doctor in their practice. Here, I can see you, I can chat to you, we can, you know, converse one-on-one, get to know each other, and prescribe meds, and you know, make people feel happy and healthy again. That's essentially what I'm trying to achieve.
What are the biggest issues men are dealing with at your clinic?
To be honest, South African men are broken at the moment.
Yeah.
I think we went through COVID, we went through like recession, our economy is down, we've got a whole lot of issues. People mentally are not in a good space. A lot of men, and the stats have shown, this last month was Mental Health Awareness Month. Stats have shown suicide rates are higher for men than women. Men are going through a very difficult time financially, and you know, we're told that we have to be the providers and the
Yes.
caretakers, and
You must take it all. You must
and
take
we
it all.
must take it all and take it on your chest and
Yeah.
don't talk.
And
So I
don't
think
cry.
a lot of don't cry.
Don't
And a
show
lot,
weakness.
so a lot of men, they actually, and the only time they actually are consulting with us is when it's affecting them physically in the form of, I can't get it up during sex,
yes,
literally.
yes,
And then
yes,
we
yes.
delve deeper into the problem, and then we realize, oh, you're suffering with anxiety, you're depressed, or you have a whole lot of other health-related issues like diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol because you're stressed. And we start by solving some of those problems, and just having someone to talk to,
Sure.
I think for a lot of men is what's important. So I think you know, mental health obviously, and then obviously the sexual issues.
Sure.
But they're probably as a result of a wider issue.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, have you guys looked into the psychology of why men are so obsessed with size?
With
And-
size.
Yeah, size and duration in bed.
In bed.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, from the beginning of time, men have been obsessed with size of everything. You
Yeah.
know, we want bigger muscles. Evidently, you're one of the people that are.
I was born like this, dude.
You really?
Yeah,
You came out this size
Dude, I ripped my own umbilical cord off.
and bit the.
Yes,
cord
and
off. I can imagine that. I
Yeah.
can imagine that.
Yeah.
Now, most men, obviously, they're obsessed with size, but I haven't found any studies with regards to men's perceptions. But
Sure.
let me tell you about women. Women don't care about size.
Sure.
Women don't care whether you've got the pinky or the index. It
Sure.
doesn't matter. They just care that you know what you're doing. But in terms of the time,
There's a lady in studio saying no, it's not like that. She says size doesn't
they
matter.
do care about size.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. If it really was about size, would you be fine with this? Would you be fine with this?
She says medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
No, man, come on. I can
No,
guarantee
as in
you,
she wants to date
you
a
can
sangoma,
find-
a medium.
You can find a man with an average to lower than average penis who knows what he's doing. He got the strokes. He got the moves.
Yeah.
You know?
The ocean of the motion.
Yeah. If you find a man like that, that's way better than a man dingo. You know what I mean?
Who doesn't know what to do with it in the
Who
first
doesn't
place.
know what to do with it because he's just gonna hurt you.
Sure.
So yeah, but women do care about the length,
Sure.
the time, because
Okay.
obviously it takes them longer for them to reach their climax.
Sure.
Whereas you can just wham bam, thank you, ma'am, and so that's the thing that bothers a lot of men.
Sure.
The time, and it should.
But clearly there's a demand though, because even at filling stations now they're selling things that are meant to make you bigger, harder, stronger.
Bigger, harder, yeah, like
Longer.
Dr. Long,
Absolutely.
cousin of Dr. Lani.
And are these things even legal over the counter?
To be honest, half of these things they haven't like been through the rigorous like work of doing medical studies and
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
They probably work on some people, but most people aren't. Is not going to do anything for. They are like, but they do sell those condoms that make you last longer, and those ones really do work because they basically make you a little bit numb so that you can last longer, and then wham, now you're going like 20-30 minutes. Ladies happy.
Also, you also use Dr. Long's.
No, I don't use me personally. I prescribe it. I don't use it personally, but I've heard that it really does work.
Okay, you heard from a doctor friend.
Yeah.
A
A very
urologist
good
friend.
source.
Okay. Do you go to gym or do you dress like you go to gym? Just
Yeah, no. I do. I have ever since I met you a few
Yep.
years ago. I was inspired to take on some time in the gym. Yeah.
did I look that fat?
Yeah, you looked a bit. You looked a little bit pear-shaped that day.
Jeez, okay.
Nah, I'm just kidding, man. Yeah. So I have been going to the gym for the last couple of years.
So Virgin Active and Planet Fitness are going to be giving our cops 20% off the gym memberships.
Really?
Yes, general.
Did you say cops?
Our cops, yes.
Our cops.
Police officers.
Ah.
So General Fanima Semola plans to head or to lead one of the first sessions
Wow.
at one of these gyms.
So finally, Virgin Active is like, we need to step in and help our country because clearly no one is catching the criminals.
You know what it is, though? I think
Yeah.
it's noble to say we'll give, our boys and girls in blue 20% off,
Of course.
but they get paid rubbish already.
Yeah.
They get
No, it
paid.
is. It's a catch-22. We make fun of cops, but they don't get paid a lot for the job that they really are doing, which is putting their lives on the line to
Exactly.
protect us.
So you're paid rubbish, and they're going to pay for a gym membership. Yes, we want to get 20% off, but
Yeah.
you must still buy bread and other things.
Yeah.
And for me, maybe I watch too much TV.
Yeah.
Every police station should have a gymnasium
Yeah.
where you arrive, you can do your weights, you can get on a treadmill, you can get on a bike.
Of course.
You can punch a bag.
Something.
You can go into the shower, get ready for work, and
Of
you're
course.
done.
Of course.
And if it's a really Lani cop shop, there's even a shooting range in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
And ideally for me, that's what I would like to see for our cops.
Exactly.
That you can get fit, keep fit at work.
Yeah.
Before work.
And stay sharp because you need there's people out there trying to kill
absolutely.
you.
So-
Nobody's trying to kill me at my job.
Yet.
Yeah. I haven't been Will Smith yet. I'm waiting for the day to come.
Absolutely. So for me, that's what I'd like to see. I think shout out Virgin Active and Planet Fitness.
Yeah,
But,
it's a good initiative.
I'd love to
It's
see a
good
situation
initiative.
where
I would love to see like cops just, cold drink. Like, can you imagine, like, in the full get-up, the full suit on the treadmill next to you, like, you are speeding.
Vimba.
You have a license for that treadmill. I feel like it's gonna now the gym is gonna be a weird space for a lot of people.
Yeah. You're stupid, man.
Yeah.
Did you watch the rugby final? Rugby World
Yes,
Cup
I did
final?
watch the rugby final with my family back home in Durban. It was
Yeah.
interesting sitting in a room full of predominantly Indian people watching a rugby match.
Okay.
Because they pretended like they knew what was going on. I'll be honest, I played rugby in high school, so I kind of know all the rules and
You have an
stuff.
idea,
But
yeah.
the wording. Oh, what's a knocks forward? What happened there? Why? Hey, penalties. Hey, they're kicking. I thought this is rugby, not soccer. Why? So it was very weird watching that, like having to stop every time the ref blew his whistle.
You have to explain
now
to the
I have to
auntie.
explain to them, okay, now he's going to throw the ball in.
Yeah.
Then someone must catch it. But you remember that try that was disallowed?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that discussion went on for a good 10 minutes in my house.
My heart stopped when the try happened.
Oh, because that was a game change. That
was-
could have been absolutely game changing.
It was
that
game
try.
over. It was game over.
We could have lost if that try went and the next one, we would have lost. And in my house, it was a lot because there was the tap of the hand and the knock forward, and then I had to explain, no, but it was the right call. Oh, too much. It was a stressful game. I don't know how you felt, but it was stressful for me.
I was at a gig.
Oh, okay.
So as the game started, I was at a gig. So I'm, rocking the crowd, watching the big screen.
Uh-huh.
But halfway through the first half, then we must get in our bus, go to the next gig. So now I'm watching on my phone. We get to the next gig, and there's no screen near the DJ box. So now my phone is in the DJ box on the mixer, in between songs.
While-
I'm checking out what the hell is going on. Dude.
Did your set change as the pace of the game was changing? Were you like,
Honestly, final whistle, we had to turn the place up.
oh wow?
So initially it was on some, let's manage expectations for
And were
everyone.
people like grooving whilst the game was going on?
There were people grooving, yeah. There were people grooving.
Oh, so some people were like,
Some people were grooving, some people were sitting having their drinks, other people were watching the match.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there was a massive crowd outside watching on a bigger screen.
Nice.
But like I said, for the last 3 weeks, the Springboks have given me anxiety on a level I've never experienced before.
Oh yeah, this World Cup was it was up and down and up and down and up and down. I like the England game was enough to bring us all heart attacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then to get to the final and to play New Zealand and to have a 1-point lead.
Okay, but let's be honest though.
Yeah.
Did we win the game or did New Zealand lose themselves the game? Because remember, there was 2 kicks they missed.
Yeah.
And a disallowed try.
They
shouldn't have lost that game.
Yeah. They looked like a very... I mean, if we put everything into perspective here, because I don't want to get cancelled, but you can't say anything bad about the Boks now. They've won 2 World Cups back to back. Our first black captain, Siya Kolisi. It's amazing for our country. But if we have to be honest, in the first 10 minutes, the number was a captain who got sent off. He got sent off, so they were playing 14 players.
Oh, Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kane. Yes.
14 players for the majority of the game.
Yeah.
They played a good game, and then towards the end, I believe, though, South Africa maintained their composure whilst New Zealand just crumbled under the pressure. Like to miss the kicks, to have that knock on, and not be able to score that try. For them, I felt bad for them, but we did keep our composure and we didn't let go of any penalties towards the end, and that's what won us the game.
Yeah. In fact, the team also, I think, had the cup and both days tattooed on them the night they arrived. They were tattooed by one of my favorite tattoo artists, Tace. So Tace, great stuff, my dude.
Actually, every single player.
Yeah, I think it's every single player.
Got
a tattoo of both dates of the cup wins and the cup itself.
Yo, that would have been awkward if they lost now. Now you got a tattoo for life with a date that makes no sense. Your wife's looking at you, oh, what's our anniversary? You don't know. But you know the day you were supposed to win the World Cup.
There's a boy, though, Desmond Coolen.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, the Boks were at MultiChoice.
Yeah.
At the MultiChoice precinct. And there's a boy who did a poem for the Boks.
Yeah.
Told Siya, don't forget, don't just run with the ball, you must pass the ball. Told Cheslin Colby that, listen, you're my favorite. I want to be a pocket rocket like you one day. So Cheslin stands up and walks up to this kid and gave him a hug and then took off his medal and put it on over this kid's head and gave him the medal.
His actual
medal
World Cup gold medal. Is it made of real gold?
We will find out. But all I know is Cheslin doesn't have a medal now. Unless after the
cameras... it's like, hey, listen, you kid.
Here's 1,000 rand. Can I have the medal?
Yeah, go buy yourself some sweets. I need that medal.
So shout out to Cheslin Colby.
Wow, but that's amazing to be able to achieve that much and to be so humble.
Yeah.
And to say, cool, I'm still okay with here.
Yeah, here's my medal, kid.
Here, this is not for me, this is for us. I think that's what's most amazing about that story.
My dude, we are almost out of time. What are you working on? Where can people catch you?
Look, I am on all social media platforms. Suhayl Essa, that's SUHAYLESSA. I've just completed over the last year or two. Coming out of COVID was a difficult time for all of us artists, and I put a lot of time, effort, money, everything into touring our beautiful country. I went to every province.
You even went overseas.
Overseas.
You crossed the Limpopo into Botswana.
Yes. I drove overseas into Botswana, and I did a show in Gaborone.
Yeah.
I recorded the entire tour. So all the shows from all over, I mashed it up together and I put out my first debut comedy special on my YouTube channel for everyone to enjoy. It's called Beginning Again. It's about starting all over, coming out of this difficult time.
Sure.
And it's a story about hope, and it's funny, and I hope that people can enjoy it. Come out to more of my shows and enjoy the art. If you see a comedy show, if you see live entertainment, we're always happy when we see people's faces, we see the joy.
Yes.
I think you can attest to that as well.
Absolutely.
That's what's most important for us is really just creating joy and happiness.
Sure.
And so I hope that more people support us as performers, entertainers, and we want to keep making you guys happy. So follow me on all social media platforms. Check out my YouTube channel, Suhayl Essa. Check out my one-man show, and then come to my shows. That's the most important thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Suhayl Essa has left the building. And yes,
Well, I'm still here, but yeah, I'm going to leave.
and yes, as a real doctor.
I can show you my certificate, yeah.
This is
What a week.
What a Week. This kid really kicks.
Our next guest is in the building. This kid really kicks ass, where we focus on under 35s that are kicking ass. He's never walked through a packed dance floor with a pump-action shotgun, clearing it of the Russian gangsters. But he's helped to pack dance floors with pumping beats, clearing them of boredom. Please give a warm welcome to our kid of the week, the musical chef.
Hola.
Tshepo Pure.
Thank you, Grootman. Fida.
How you doing?
No, nice one, sir. Thanks for having me.
Why the musical chef, my man?
Okay, let's put it this way and just take it back a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Ke hotse ke gola ke le one, raised by a single parent.
Okay.
So I grew up ke tlwaetse ho iketsetsa dilo. So I figured out, no, I love cooking.
Yes.
I have so much passion for cooking because
So vele wa pheha?
yeah,
O ntso e mo?
literally.
Okay.
But one day, at least.
My man, speaking of cooking, I mean, you've cooked songs like As Good As Nice,
Yeah.
Emlanjeni, the legendary John Wick.
Yeah.
Looking back at your childhood, the journey you've walked and where you are right now, what are you feeling about yourself right now?
Kareng, this is the exact guy that I've dreamt of because
Yes.
of since being me, ke le tshepo, ne ke tseba hore ke rata music.
Sure.
Yeah. So it came about. That's why I get a musical chef. It's two different people, but coming into one name.
Yes, sir.
So the love of cooking and the love of music. So musical chef, it's the actual guy till this given day.
Born and raised in Soweto, but obviously you've also spent some time go Orange Farm, home. Tell us about your childhood. Memories of your childhood. Songs you listened to in your childhood.
Sure. Na khula ke le ntwana fela ya ko Kasi ko
Sure.
Soweto. But I didn't spend much time ke khula ko Soweto. Most of the time ke spendela ko Orange Farm.
Okay.
So I was just a kid, narata uba creative. I remember my first instrument, I built it's a guitar, using those, those Castrol oil cans.
Castrol can,
Yeah,
and
ke
then
kenya
the fishing tackle.
rods.
Yes.
So I figured it out. If it's easy for me to create this, that means this thing imon.
Yo, sure.
Yeah. So growing from Orange Farm kaya ko kerekeng, and then I once asked my pastor hore kopa join the church band. That's how confident I was with knowing that ke rata music. And then my pastor asked me hore, which instrument do you like playing? Then I chose drums. Yeah.
What was group?
Yeah, scoop why. Sure.
So, do you remember the songs you used to play on your Castrol can guitar that you created yourself?
Just to put on a funny word, neke imitate Mfukeng.
Yeah.
From Mzinezi.
Oh, yes.
So I like that penyu. I was like, okay, if this guy can, I had a joke about music, which means music is life.
Sure.
Yeah. So I used to remember those gimmicks from Mfukeng. Yeah.
So you're 12 years old. You joined the church choir.
Yeah.
Take us, talk to us about that. Olemo Church Choir.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I asked my pastor to join a worship team.
Yes, sir.
And then it took me, let me say, a year and a half to actually understand what's happening within the worship team. Is it about music or is it about Gareng or Pela Lebatu in general? So, And then my pastor ankisa ko skolong sa ko Tom's Music.
Okay.
Whereby we study drums.
Yes.
Basically the theory behind it besides practicals. And then it went on to me and experimenting. I started experimenting the keys.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that good. Yeah, and then up until I decided to take it to the academic what you call stage called Boston Media House. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why did you go to Boston? Why did you choose Boston?
I was inspired by your actual thing, your ads where I used to see
Hey,
TV.
Banna.
Yeah. Because you were a brand of Boston.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was inspired by that.
So ufitla ko Boston, what's the dream at that stage for the musical chef?
Okay. To have my own music, knowing how to create and produce my own music. So I saw Boston is the actual the perfect state for me to actually study at.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then we will complete.
Yeah, I complete in the year 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happens after that?
I began to download the software, your Reason, Cubase, and started creating. Why? Yeah.
So where would you say your life started changing in terms of a producer and people are starting to take notice?
Karen, when I first heard my instrumental song, which I was confident about, and then I started distributing Koma Autokokasi, your likes of MFR Souls, Gaba Canal, DJ Stoki, and yeah, I got a really good feedback from Machida because of I wasn't confident enough, but up until I heard her, this is one of the things that Nkarakeng Kinali passion and I put too much effort on.
So that first instrumental, in piano, in deep house, in
I'd call it piano.
Yeah.
The birth of piano, where it started. Yeah.
In fact, there's a big debate in terms of
Sure.
or piano Tommy Leva. You know, that people are saying MFR Souls, that people who are saying do TRP.
Nali a good answer for that one because of you remember going back I putisa hore ke go Orange Farm and
Yes, sir.
East Rand.
Yes, sir.
So I dula go East Rand. I used to listen to the slow tempo mixtapes MFR.
Yes.
Yeah, which is Meyer and Force Reloaded.
Yes,
so
yes.
those were the guys who made me understand no, this thing it more East Rand because of listening to the sounds of DJ Clark, Bob Begzin. Ke more itomanko thing like the root of the root of it.
So you're saying the root of piano is MFR Soul.
MFR Souls, definitely.
And then what do you say to people who say no, the root of piano can do TRP, log drum?
We're not let me say we're not opposing anyone or Razamo peace or
Sure.
But now knowing from the
your personal experience.
Ke tswa mo East Rand ke mamela dipina di mixtapes slow jams banka dipina tse the high tempos ba di etsa di 45
Yes,
ke tseba ile ke style sa ko East Rand.
Sure, so MFR Soul.
Yeah.
Tell us about the East Rand because you spent a lot of time on East Rand also.
East Rand barata there's that thing ya bu pantsula, you know? Yeah.
And then ono chunangda, no look at the
Yeah. Make ploma le ma oledi wa ka.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
Meanwhile, I was studying at Boston and and traveling every day to Boston.
And then in terms of your relationship, Lima lady, tell us about that relationship.
It's a very close and
Yeah.
yeah, because everything in general, life itself, like how to handle yourself, how to speak to people, you know, because of as ke hola ke le ntwana e hola le old lady fela, a father figure. So those things I had to be taught by my mom. Imagine, you know, and other things in the streets, you know. Yeah.
And then when you are off track, who can call you and say, Ntwana, that's the wrong way. Who's that person for you?
It's my mom. It's my mom. So hence ke re ke
Wawukhuza wamamela.
ka mo mamela, yeah. And ona lo bona hore sometimes I like to take quick decisions, and she's the one to like, hey, Ntanga, slow down. Why are you doing this in a very much quicker way? Why are you saying now? Go think about it 2 times, 3 times, and then utle mona for an advice. I'll advise you, even though never go fair like advise ya buchita, but.
So which quick decision have you taken that you are glad you took the decision? Which quick decision do you regret taking?
The quick decision, ho ploma le batho ba gorete mona.
Yeah.
Ke sa le ntwana ke le mo high school. But the good thing about it, ne ke batla ho bona hore di ntshang. These guys ha ba spenda nako ba baya di records, di CD, di ntshang. Okay, ba na bojwala. So okay, mo a kenya ka hale mo.
Sure.
Ba etsa eng mo a kenya ka hale. Are ke focus ko ntweng nya ka mo icheka da. Yeah.
Okay, so you were that kid who was always with the older boys.
Yeah. And which I can remember, Neki Ploma Lili Koti.
Sure.
Yeah, Lebo DJ Lil O, the late DJ Lil O. Yeah. Mozi, from Deep Pluve. Yeah.
And then which quick decision did you take you will regret that?
Horata, these people.
Why? Where's that saying for it?
Ne ba rata ntwana e nyane e vang le makhotmane kore ke le ntwana e hlalefileng,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. But I didn't get too exposed to it, but kalena along the way hore no ploma le machita o sa etsa dilo tse di etsa ke machita because o sa le ntwana, you still have a long way to go, you still have a career to build, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. So piano then starts becoming the beast that it is right now. How do you start then the collaboration? It's also piano. Your first big collaboration was with who?
It was with Gaba Canal.
Yeah.
When he was releasing with House Africa. Yeah, we had a song called Tendai.
Sure.
It was the first biggest Nkarakeng instrumental song to actually expose the sound of amaPiano.
Sure.
Yeah.
And how did that collaboration happen? Le Gaba Canal.
It happened eventually because of we spent literally almost every time re le kaofela. I remember ne re dula ko mkhukhung wa ko bona up until I move in ko his apartment in Jozi. So ne ke ploma le yena like almost every day.
Also, a little pinch, basically.
Yeah. You know, till this given day.
Yeah. And then, when was the next big song and the next big collaboration? Yeah, how?
But it came from MFL Souls. Same different compilations from House Africa.
Sure.
We had massive songs.
But at this stage, piano has to be mainstream at this stage, I guess.
Yeah.
Has to be mainstream.
Yeah. Mara nearly sound needs
Yes.
People by putsisa man. What's happening with this sound? What's happening with this sound? It's all okay.
Sure.
So by the time we had the single series release with House Africa, I remember.
No, I remember those compilations.
Unmixed what.
I remember those compilations to House Africa.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And by the time we were still having a discrimination, or man, does this sound by DJ Young? Dlala di piano, di keys, man, irritate. Yeah, and that's where the actual word amaPiano came from.
Sure.
So taking it, it was a blessing in disguise because never criticized.
Never linear.
Yeah, actually.
Bari
sound tsa di shisa nyama, you know. Yeah.
And then you blow up. You know, songs like Mlanjeni come out. Songs like John Wick drop. Is Good Is Nice, easily one of the biggest songs this year.
Yeah.
How did those change your life?
It got me to places where I never thought Gitlo Fitla go teng. You know, meeting the actual big guns in the music industry besides amaPiano. You know, I remember my first Nkarkeng session. No, this is possible. Nernali session lead Mtuda and Dr. Duda. Yeah, near compiler some EP for something so that's when I saw Karakeng. It's honestly possible when you focused and know your work.
Mara, obviously with the popularity of amaPiano, all the streams, the sales, the gigi, who's advising you in terms of nyuku? How?
My mother. My mother, cause kena khona ngkhopotsa hore ejo a retswe mo background e sharp, but
Sure.
I fought for you hore o background more lifing for you to go study and pursue your career. So o ska lebala mo o tswang teng. I sacrificed too much for you. I'm not saying you should put it at back of your mind hore everything tlamehile be your mom. So it goes back to a point whereby when I have a little that I have, I'd rather share with my mom. You know.
Okay, so Gama lady.
Yeah, ways. Good darling, it's home comes first.
So what's the biggest thing you've bless your lady kayon? Or thank your lady?
It's me showing her how serious and places that I go with this thing, your music, your plaques that I got, double platinum, gold selling songs. Ke mo aboning hore this thing, tsepo wa rata wa nqa. So
And why shy?
yeah, so it's one of the things wa bona imo for confidence hore I'm gonna really build a good future for my family and for the upcoming generation.
Sure.
For family yak.
So one of the comments on a YouTube video, John Wick, by Kim K2197 is, this song got me through my dad's death and funeral. We bonded over music. I am grateful. How do comments like that make you feel as Mtsepan?
As Tshepo nkareng, which means the passion that I have for music and the love and creating something from Kongondong to an actual thing that you can hear. Ikhona nkareng to heal someone, which means it's a medicine itself. You know, coming to have an idea and then having it in an actual hard copy, from there to heal someone out there. You know.
And then when house mnati, like where do you tend to? Do you pray? Is there someone you talk to? Is there music you listen to? How's it grand chunan?
Nakarapela.
Yeah.
First of all, karapela. Sometimes nalula hleya and kisatse or kichune jwang. It goes back to me picking up my phone, ke butise o lady. I only saw kichuna jwang. And then to healing my heart and my soul, ke mamela music, gospel.
So what did you pray for this morning? How so?
Mudim, give me confidence to rock this podcast that I'm about to do.
Yeah.
Because Tlabekidutili, the legend, big dog himself.
Sure.
So kupa unfair spirits will give me confident and rock up. Yeah.
And then when last did you feel fear or feel scared? Because obviously mutu rapelang.
Yeah.
And prayer gets you through stuff. But when last did you feel like Eshmo haki sharp kitsoile?
With my music, I don't want to end up like other artists whereby never ropiwa you know. I pray hore mdimu, give me the right people. Yeah. This is your gift. So bless me with the right people around.
Yeah.
And I'll be just patient.
How about so ropi then?
By far, never. I won't lie. I won't lie.
Because, you know, some people comment, or, you know, a lot of songs, amaPiano, only 20 da. Le split a nyuko jwan, le 20 da. Yeah.
This thing is wrong. You need to be, because with the guy, we can make a dope song. It becomes the biggest song in the country.
Yeah.
But the money and stuff, it comes afterwards. You know. So I battle arrogance. Just wait for the right time. Whereby you need to discuss or hey Joe, this is your
Respond.
thing. Respond. Give your fear how you know. Yeah.
So now do you stay out of doing bad deals? Because there's a lot of kids out there who either baspana marhabasana next or maybe excitement, maybe it's 5 a.m. Where now how do you stay out of muferefere?
I have the right people. That's why I say every time I pray hore mdimo kupa unketse hore ke meet the right people.
Yeah.
And I took I took decisions by myself. Telling sharp. I remember my first decision. Killing proud guy on it today. I registered myself as a member. Kosamro.
Yeah.
So it comes back next week experience, but looking back at the current time, I can go back to my membership.
So far, Joanda. Last week,
it's coming good. It's
last
coming
week,
good.
you were into something, yeah, no, so very well.
It's coming good. It's coming good. It's coming good. It's coming good.
So about sorry, Shabu Kosabro.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sha.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of I get statements now and then. I get updates. Yeah.
There's also this thing, yalo namajita mo piano, where it's and there's nothing wrong. I mean, you guys are young, you again, where people from outside almost feel like while they blow you a bias or on clothes and flashy things, let's invest, let's say it's in. And I can understand that because I've been there. I've been the young guy when you go again, what buy trans, what buy young, what sentin will buy young.
Now, can I tell you from my personal experience?
Yes, sir.
Only there's different types of the new
Sure.
spanner, you know.
Yeah.
Only new tom. You want to make sure. I was dreaming to have this. I was dreaming to have this.
Yes.
But if you from a family whereby they advise you financially, you know your first money, you need to take care of home. Fairly take care of yourself.
Yeah, go lady.
Yeah. Have things that you were praying for, wishing to have.
Sure.
Your car and stuff. And then your second money is whereby ausa kwala mabakale nona lengwena before.
Yes.
You're adjusting for you to move forward and build a brighter future for yourself. You know? Yeah.
And then the third nyugu, yeah.
Third nyugu ke or throw it. Tlabile throw it. Third nyugu ke or tlhokomele le mdeni wa gago, your kids, you know? Yeah.
And then are you dating? Are you in a relationship? What's that like?
Not at this given point. Yeah, but you know,
Is it by choice or Kim Dimo ring already?
Nakatat. Because of it's there's a lot happening in my life right now, so you wouldn't know who's there to do what in your life, you know. But I'm not saying kisasheba.
Sure.
For the right people, and I believe Mdimutlam bless her with one
Exactly.
day.
According to the Musical Chef, Song of the Year this year. It can be amaPiano, it could be anything else. Song of the Year so far.
At this given point,
Yeah, so far. We don't know what's coming out in the next 2 months.
currently it's good, it's nice. Confidently.
So for Wena, it's good, it's nice, the Song of the Year right now.
Yeah, currently, because it's the brand behind that song, everything itself, the concept, the mood board, the artwork. It gives you that thing where this thing was actually blessed by Mdimo.
Sure.
Because it involves everything you can think of about South Africa and Mzansi itself.
It wasn't an accident. You guys were intentional.
It wasn't. That's why I'm saying Mdimo will place us somewhere more batlang will place a kote. You know.
And then second Song of the Year.
My
So
second,
number 2 yelona ke mang? Since the number 1, ke mang number 2?
it's a bit difficult, but for now, I'd give it to Kabza. Kabza and Maporisa. They had one of the best projects from last year.
Matter
this
which
year.
song though? Which song?
Kusel. Yeah.
Kusela was huge.
Yeah,
And then the remixes, let's all Nadine.
Yeah. It's a dope song. Yeah.
But you guys are number 1.
You know.
What's next for the Musical Chef? What else are you working on right now?
Currently, I just dropped my EP called Just a Taste. Just a Taste consists of 6 songs. It's a good body of work with dope features. Your likes of Azania, Demtuda, Sam Deep, Malumnator, just to mention a few. And it's really pushing. It's only been a week now, and we're getting really good numbers out there. And then Just a Taste, it's a concept to say next year I'm about to drop a huge project, which is my album.
So I'm sipping next year. So how did you hook up Lady Demtuda?
Mokas, go for
Mokas, yeah.
So Hanseki Plomali Kaba Canal I once heard a song. It was one of the biggest instrumental songs go for Sloras and Instrument. It was called 99.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember the experience with that song. Then Twitter from Kotlapung, and then we went to his place just to get hold of that song because
Sure. And then the rest is history.
Yeah,
No
the
La
rest is
Spana
history,
and
La
Wanyo.
Spana, because of we have that good energy and brotherhood. So yeah, it's been and
Maro, what you guys did, Khali Dropa, for instance, whether it was Maplanking or John Wick, 2-3 years ago,
yeah.
you guys evolved the sound and brought it almost closer to, I'd say, deep house from Boma 92, 93.
Sure.
Those chunky bass lines. It's about 92,
Body
93.
disco style,
Exactly.
yeah.
What informed that decision? Because everyone else was going, Lona Lare, nope, we're taking it back, Ron.
Me and them too, that we have this similarity. Music.
Sure.
Rata, we used to listen to a lot of old school music and deep house.
Sure.
So we had the thing where we need to experiment, man. And just figure it out. Who's panavjani? Or sound so. What you need to do? And just play around,
And it worked.
It worked.
So how did you feel seeing Hore, we're taking the sound somewhere else, evolve, and people love it?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling because of having an idea,
Yes, sir.
both of us, and then putting it into a silver plate, and then to people's ears. It's a real great feeling because of it makes you to want to do more.
Exactly.
And better the sound, not to stay on one sound.
Mfowethu, where do we find you on social media? Where do we support your music?
Nakiting on all social media platforms, Instagram, The Muziqal Chef, Chef Shienko, on Twitter at The Muziqal Chef, Facebook, The Muziqal Chef. And then, on iTunes, I have a huge catalog there. With la one outside of a musical
Yeah,
chef.
million track. But album coming out next year. That's what we can look forward to.
Yeah.
But no, there's an EP out,
Yeah.
so please go support it.
Just a Taste EP,
We prefer you stream it or you buy it.
actually.
But if you decide we can other ways, as long as you are
Mara
jamming it.
supporting out.
Supporting out.
Yeah,
That's what matters.
Because we spend a lot of time recreated this craft. So
Sure.
So showing you guys, showing the love towards us is supporting and buying and streaming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Msepan,
Whatever.
Mfowethu, you've done well for yourself. You've done well for my lady.
Sure.
And I think continue being brave enough to take the sound where you feel it needs to go next. Because that's what you've done.
Sure.
Because you're sure of what you're doing. And I think we can all take a page from your book.
Yeah, actually.
Yaori, it's happy.
Yeah, it's happy.
It's happy. Have confidence in what you're doing.
If something uspanela, go for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the musical chef is about to leave the building.
Danko, relebo.
Yo, can you hear me? You listening to
WAW. What a week.
What a week.
Welcome back to Wow, What a Week. We're going to get straight into our celebrity interview. So we had a sit down with my boy DJ PH the other day, and this is how it went down.
This is
What a week.
What a Week. Celebrity guest.
Celebrity guest.
Welcome to an extraordinary edition of Wow, What a Week. Hanging out with one of my favorite DJs on the planet. Rumors of his demise have been erroneously podcasted. He's still around, even if he's less round than he used to be. Normally, pH indicates levels of acidity, but with today's guest, it usually indicates levels of funk and heat. Please give a warm welcome to DJ PH.
That's all.
What's up, my dude?
What's going on?
I'm good,
I'd
man.
say touch my blood, but it's your far.
Bluetooth touch blood.
Yes, sir. How are you, man?
We're good, dude. What's your ancient number? What's your name in your ID?
Pindukobe Matubela. So there's a combination of two words.
Okay.
And I always have to say this
Yes.
in any interview when I'm asked, in this is Zulu,
Yeah.
it means moisturize again.
Moisturize again. Oh,
Means moisturize again, but obviously Ndugumxhosa, and
Yes.
it means another blessing. So
oh. So you were blessing number 4 though.
yeah, last of 4 sales, people were rocking. But we're here, yeah. Save the best for last. Yeah. Yeah, ish. Yeah. On fire.
Oh man, how you doing, man?
I'm alive. I'm blessed.
sir.
I'm happy.
You're doing good things. You're doing big things. You're growing every single year.
I'm crazy. That's why.
like, do you ever stop to think, how did I end up here, this driven?
I will get into that in the interview, but it's partly because of you. It's going to sound like I'm on your case, but it's seeing other guys who inspire me.
Yes, sir.
And enjoying from the inspiration and obviously applying
Yeah.
to self. And I guess there's some level of craziness inside me where it's just
Sure.
like I want to see myself there, and
I wanna do
guess
it.
that's what it takes. You know, you have
Absolutely.
to be some sort of whether it's a lack of sanity or whatever it is. But yeah, it's like I'm gonna do it. I want this thing. I'm gonna as long as it's
Absolutely.
legal. Yeah.
But let's go back to the beginning. Born and raised where?
Born and raised in East London. Born in 1988. Google says I'm older. Born in 1988. in East
When
London.
guys are hiding their soccer age,
My man.
they will blame Google.
Yeah, born and bred in East London.
Yeah.
Lived there for about 18 years, and then
Yes,
I moved to, like I said, I'm the youngest of 4. Moved to Cape Town after studying after matriculating in East London. My upbringing, very humble.
Sure.
Small town.
Did you live in town? Did you live in the township?
My parents worked hard enough to move us from the hood to the burbs. So
How old were you?
1990, I was
So you were 2 years old.
I was 2 years old. Yeah.
I was in my matric year.
Yo.
And you were moving into the burbs.
1990, we moved, I think it was 1990 or 1991, moved to an area called Beacon Bay.
Oh, yes.
Which you still live.
Gee, so
there.
you guys went into the suburbs.
Yeah.
Yo, Beacon Bay.
So my parents love them till this day. My teachings and everything that I do
Sure.
today is from what was instilled when I was growing up. So the humility, if you want to call it, the respect of time.
Sure.
So there's this thing at home, at 6 p.m. If you're not inside the gate,
The gate is closed.
it's closed. You know? So if it's 6:01, chief, hey, you'll sleep outside, you know? But as a kid, obviously growing up, it's just like, yo, why, such strictness? But today it's evident in my
It's a
work.
good habit to have.
Yeah, like I loathe being late.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
respect time, respect other people. So
Yes.
shout out to the pops for that one. But,
So what did your parents do? Like, were they professionals?
Mom was principal or headmistress.
Okay.
Yeah. And then my dad was an insurance broker.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the only jobs that they
So the day hit the jackpot is like, okay, guys, we're leaving the hood.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, those industries back in the day were like huge. You know.
Oh, yes.
Those industries were back in the day, so hence they were able to afford.
But you also had to work harder because there were no cell phones.
Oh yeah.
And I remember often there'd be like an insurance salesperson at our door.
Sure.
Because you have to work.
So growing up,
Yeah.
my timer was always like seeking business on the road.
Oh,
Like,
yes.
when I drive to gigs nowadays, he would, as a kid, he'd mention like I was in Dordrecht, I was in this place. I was like, yo, so far.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy today where I'm just like, half of the week I'm on the road. You
Absolutely.
know?
And you're doing more towns than he did.
Yeah. Yo, I was gonna say something very funny, but
No, say it. Let's go. Say it, let's go. My man, you thought it. So in heaven, it's been noted.
no, there's no towning there. So yeah, he was always on the road.
Yeah.
And I guess today I'm also the same dude, you know, who's always on the road. And I'm literally the carbon copy of my timer.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
it's crazy. Because growing up, I was like a young boy.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way. It's just like he was always
always
strict,
busy. He's
always
always on the
busy, you
road.
know. Only understanding now when you're an adult that this guy was all about provision.
Work
he
ethic.
loved, work
Work ethic,
ethic.
yeah.
He respected time. He respected people.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard worker. Yeah.
Tell us about your first day at Little Turtle Play School.
Oh snap! Y'all know. Yeah, Little Turtles. I think there was only two. There was only two of us who were like black kids.
Yes.
Myself and a friend of mine who I'm still friends with him today, Sven.
Yes.
Jila. And I think it was just obviously call it a culture shock. It's just like, hey, I wonder how long I saw, you know?
Yeah.
And this is what, 1991, 1992, somewhere there.
So all of a sudden, and it's not even independence yet. I mean, Mandela's been out a year or two.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you are thrust into this all-white environment.
Sure.
What are your memories of that time? And were your parents talking to you about what's happening at that stage?
To be honest, I don't recall. Like,
Yeah.
I'd be lying to you.
Sure.
I just remember taking advantage of the environment that I was in. Till this day, I'm like a big swimmer.
Sure.
So at come age 3 or 4, I was like swimming on the deep side of the pool.
Yeah.
I was athletic. I remember they had like a tennis court there. There was no sport that I didn't take advantage of. Jungle gym, all of this, you know.
Yes.
And it was telling throughout my upbringing. I loved sports.
Yeah.
In fact, I was meant to study sports science in varsity, but that didn't happen. I took advantage of all I know is that I took advantage of the surroundings that I had. And did I have a white girlfriend? I think so.
Didn't you?
Yeah. There was a Megan. Yeah, Megan.
Ah.
Megan. Can I call out a
No,
surname?
don't call out a
Yeah,
surname.
don't
Let's
call out a surname.
Let's protect the innocent.
Yeah.
So, you went to an all-boys school, though.
Yes. Yeah.
So where did you meet Megan?
No. So the Little Turtles was obviously a creche, and
Yes.
then I went to Beaconers, which was the co-ed school in the area first.
Yes.
Then high school was Selborne College.
Okay. So
Yeah.
Megan was in primary
Yeah,
school.
Tats was my senior.
Tats and Konzo?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dope.
Busy there with guitar.
Yeah.
Till this day.
So was this in high school?
Yeah, this is in high school.
So
yeah.
Megan, you met in...
No. Megan was in creche. I was talking about creche. I don't know. Started early, my man.
Jeez. I thought I started early. In creche, mine was Deborah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, hectic. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Megan was just my creche girlfriend.
Yes, sir.
Whatever, yeah.
What was the dream at that stage?
Sports.
Yeah.
Playing for so I was a rugby player.
Yeah.
And I swam provincially. And I played...
You in the water polo team?
Yeah, I played water polo and I swam for the provincial team as well, yeah.
A lot of black folk get to a pool party and sink their toes in the pool. You dive with a ball.
Yeah. So they used to call me... They called me Seal.
Why?
You know, a seal.
Yeah.
I was very fast. I was extremely
It
fast.
had nothing to do with the fact that you're black like a seal.
Of course,
In the
it had to
water.
do. Of course, it had to do with that. You know, when you look back, you're like, hey, these I don't want to call it racial sayings, but it's like at the time I was like, whatever.
No, yeah, we're kidding,
Yeah.
but in the bigger scheme of things, there's nothing unracist about
Yeah,
it.
definitely. So imagine you're the only black guy or one of the few black guys in a predominantly white environmental sport.
And probably the only black guy in the pool.
Yeah. So, but it was one of those things. So sports was always like the thing. Hence, I wanted to study it. But freedom arrived when I moved to Cape Town. Freedom arrived, and I had options.
In I'm told in grade 8 you went shopping for school shoes. And you asked what size you were, and you told them you were size 13.
Yeah, what too?
So were you always a jokester, prankster kind of guy?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that time?
I do.
So I do my research. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, how do you know this? Yeah. No, you know what it is.
Yeah.
I think when you look back, you're like, I've always tried to be the life of the party somewhere, somehow.
Yes,
That's,
yes.
you know, the DJ or making jokes at a young age. But I've just always liked to own the room, and fill up the room. And I think I always associate myself to good things. So whether it's joy, whether it's whatever that you experience of me needs to be like positive.
Sure.
You know, so I guess back there it was always there. Yeah, back then.
And you were clearly an early 90s kid because you had cornrows at some stage.
Sounds like my sister. It either sounds like my sister or something. I had cornrows in grade 10. Yeah, I had cornrows grade 10.
Yeah.
I remember that one holiday I had cornrows in grade 10.
I had cornrows in my first year at varsity because I was trying to grow a ponytail.
Sure.
So I had cornrows for about a year and a half,
Sure.
dude. And I was like, cornrows are work.
No, it
bruh.
was a whole lot of work. But yeah, obviously I think the rules back then, I remember it was a school holiday.
Yes.
I think it was the June holiday, the one that's like 3 or 4 weeks.
Mm.
But yeah, cut that very quickly when I got back to school. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And then when do you realize that maybe I'm heading towards a music and DJ career?
So we'd have to rewind.
Yes.
First reference of music for me is Sammy T.
Yes.
I think he was doing the countdown on Metro.
He was doing Saturdays.
Saturday, yeah.
Yes.
Sammy T. Yeah.
Yes,
That's my first reference when it comes to music and radio.
Yeah.
Because I always used to record him. I had this yellow tape
Ah, yes.
that I used to, like, I'd record his shows and then try imitate. You know? Imitate him, and then constantly watching music videos, of course.
We did a show together, Sammy T.
Really?
Yeah, radio station in Botswana, RB2.
Oh, yeah,
that's where I
yeah,
started my
yeah,
radio career.
yeah.
And then Sammy joined me there.
Yeah.
So for one school holiday when I was studying in Joburg.
Sure.
So one school holiday I went back, and that whole holiday co-hosted a show with Sammy T.
Oh, nice.
Some of the wildest radio I've ever done. I wish we'd done it.
believe you.
I wish we'd done it on a bigger platform.
Can't believe you.
But anyway, yes.
Yeah, so Sammy T was my first reference when it comes to music, and I
Yeah.
guess obviously radio. Those worked hand in hand.
Sure.
And then obviously being able to watch music videos. And I never knew back then, but I used to always play music when I was studying.
Oh, yes.
I couldn't study without, some sort of like, call it musical.
To this day, I can't do it.
Yeah.
There has to be music.
Yes, in
I
the
was the kid with a little ghetto blaster.
Same.
Going to a class to study.
Sure.
And playing music while I'm studying.
Sure.
And other kids are like, what the fuck is he doing?
Yeah. So old lady used to make jokes of like, I wish you know your books the way you know your lyrics.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because you're a b-boy. You used to break dance
Yeah, I used
also.
to break dance. Yeah, so I was in a dancing crew. I can't believe this research.
Can you still bust a move though?
No,
Like,
I
can you
cannot.
pop lock?
No, I was asking the group about multivitamins yesterday. How do you think I'm gonna? Hey, Dala. I need magnesium right now. But
It's getting hot in here. Please put on the aircon just for a second, so that this old man doesn't get too hot.
So that's where actually the DJing comes in.
Okay.
Because in the dance crew we had a DJ.
Oh, yes.
DJ Damage. Shout out Damesh. He's the one that
Which
actually.
Damage?
DJ Damage, the Indian guy.
The DJ Damage?
Yeah, if you remember Damage from Numbers.
Oh, wow. I used to play his mixes all the time
Yeah,
on 5FM.
On 5, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So Damage, he's the one.
Oh,
he was
wow.
our DJ in the group.
Yeah.
In fact, I think he just recently got married, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, anyways. So Damage was our DJ.
Yeah.
And then I think he was a year older than us. So we would then.
So what songs were you guys popping and locking to at the time?
Missy Elliott.
Ah,
was like
yes.
Was big at that
With
time.
that bass. Boom,
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
boom. Yeah.
So anyways, how I learned, the day I learned, I'm a fast learner. Damage, I think, had left the equipment. We were going to have like an exhibition later on that day.
Yeah.
Damage is like, yo, okay, he wasn't around, but the equipment was there. I'm like, yo, we need to play the song. Just press this, press that. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I remember, I think weeks afterwards, I'd follow him to go watch how he played.
Yeah.
Literally watch him, and like the party's there, watch him.
Yeah.
And then obviously I didn't have any equipment at the time. It was all theoretical.
Sure.
And then obviously went to go watch you.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you came to a gig of mine when you were, what, 18?
17.
17.
17, yeah.
Tell us about that gig.
Grahamstown Arts Festival 2000. Was it 2005?
Yeah.
Cherry, Ken Phonic had just released the. I remember you played Sunday Showers for the first time.
Yes.
I was like, how did you get this song? But anyways,
Yeah.
I remember those guys.
DJ Fresh, motherfucker. How do you think I got this song?
I think that was your answer.
I must answer you.
Yeah, I remember the Arts Fest in Grahamstown. I think you played like a 5 or 6 hour set at, is it EQ? It's not called Prime.
Oh, it was at EQ, yes.
EQ,
yes,
Equilibrium,
yes.
yeah.
I played a very long set.
Yeah, no, about 6 hours. And I think you had this. I remember that day you had this big baseball jacket. It was silver and blue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Anyways, so even there, I remember watching you, like religiously just watching you for like 5 hours. And then I think the first time I had a chance to.
Oh, is that why you mix so well? You're taking notes.
Yeah, I'm like those DJs who annoy me now. You know those guys who just sit there and I was one of those guys. And then I think the first chance I got to touch equipment, I knew what I was doing. So it was easy sailing from there. Yeah.
How did you sell that idea to your folks and your family?
I didn't.
Oh.
You know what happened? How my folks found out.
Yeah.
So we now fast forward to varsity. I'm doing res gigs.
You're in Cape Town now?
I'm in Cape Town.
Sure.
I'm doing res gigs.
Why Cape Town? Why did you...
My sister studied there.
Okay. Because you could have done Grahamstown, for instance. Or come to Joburg.
No. I wanted to come to Joburg, but my parents and my oldest siblings were like, that's not going to happen. Go start humble beginnings there in Cape Town then.
You went to a white school, go to a white town.
So studied in Cape Town. I'm now doing like res gigs, campus gigs. So I'll call them by short SV. The student village. I don't know if you guys want to blur it out, but yeah.
No, man.
Cool. So
Isn't it amazing though how much Student Village did?
Oh yeah.
For the culture. And for up and coming DJs.
Till this day.
Like, shout out Student Village.
Yeah.
You guys created household names without even trying to create household names.
So with those guys, so I was doing a lot of the campus activations.
Yeah.
So what happened was, there's a particular SRC member who took a very nice liking to me. He was like, hey, you are going to be the SRC's DJ.
Oh, yes.
Every bash that we do, everything that we do, we're going to pay you. I paid quite a bit of money as a student. So what happened was the varsity was paying me.
Sure.
So because the amounts that were coming into my account, the bank was like, oh, you're no longer a student, and you're getting paid by the school. It's like, can we offer you, I think it was a student account. They were like, yo, okay, now that you're working.
Here's a card.
But obviously there was still.
A grown people card.
The letters were going home.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the letters were going home.
So the bank letter went...
Yes. Or lady opens this...
So what are you studying? You had UWC, right?
No, CPUT.
CPUT, yes.
Studying sports management.
Yes.
And then switched it up to marketing later. So, lady then sees this thing. So many amounts of money. At some point, I earned double what my parents were earning together.
Oh, wow.
In 1 month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And they saw the letter.
They were like, hey, Chief.
Our son is selling drugs.
So they were like, from then on,
I
fended for myself. So I think within first or second year, I started paying for myself. And in fact, they were like, hey, Chief, give us money now.
We need to renovate.
Yeah.
In fact, that's what I love and appreciate about you.
Sure.
The fact that even just as early as 5 years ago, you were still building it back home.
Yeah. Hey, that's where my roots are, dog. You can't not pull back to the people who make you. Yeah. So that's how my parents then found out that I'm doing this thing. And they're like, is it sustainable? I was like, well,
you look at you open my mail.
And I haven't looked back since.
You can't mind your own business, Mom. You're opening my letters.
Yeah. So ever since then, it's I've never looked back. I fended for myself from first year. Yeah, from first year.
Are you qualified as a?
I've got 1 semester left.
Oh shit!
I literally had so the blow up was so crazy.
Yeah.
At some point, I couldn't go to campus because I was on Monday at CPUT, Tuesday this campus, Wednesday this campus.
Sure.
I was blessed enough to obviously be able to, do all of these jobs, but school was suffering. Yeah.
What do you think it was that you were doing differently, perhaps, that enabled for you to grow as exponentially as you did? Because there's other kids that started at the same time as you.
Sure.
But, as fate will have it,
Sure.
there'll always be one.
Sure.
In every group, there'll always be one.
Sure.
Yeah. What set you apart from everyone?
Sure. I think then I didn't know, but it was just like
In hindsight.
No. So I think back then, Cleo, Kent, Temba, the mega mixing thing. So I applied it to myself within hip hop.
Oh, yes.
So that was the gap. I think Ready D was too, call it far away from the market that I was in, and there was no one doing it. You know?
The students needed servicing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the students needed servicing.
And he did.
And so I definitely took upon that role. So I took what they were doing.
You found a gap.
Yeah, I found a gap, and then it worked for many years. Yeah. So that's, I think, what made me stick out compared to everyone else. Yeah.
But at the same time, as kids grow,
Sure.
a lot of kids also get so caught up in this growth, the hype,
Sure.
the girls,
Sure.
the servicing, that the career starts and fizzles out within 5-10 years.
Sure.
If you're lucky.
Sure, it's worse today.
Again, what were you doing differently?
I think obviously respect comes in.
Yeah.
Respect the craft, constantly working on the craft, constantly working on understanding the market. These terms I didn't know back then, but it was what I was practicing. It's like I was always on the job, constantly just working, you know, and respecting the space. And I hate using such terms, but like I never pissed where I eat.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
don't piss where you eat.
So you have certain principles by which you lived and worked.
That I carry out till this day. So definitely, hence the longevity.
Sure.
Yeah, hence the longevity.
There was a 5FM event, I think at St. Eve's.
Yeah.
We were all leaving this party at 3-4 in the morning.
Sure.
I don't know if it was a brother of yours.
Zama, he's like my best friend.
Yes,
Zama.
and I don't know who was starting what with Zama.
Ish.
You didn't even ask.
Yeah.
You just came, and I remember seeing you rugby tackle someone. You didn't ask.
Yeah.
Zama could have been wrong.
Yeah.
But you were in there.
That's the kind of friend I am, man. I ask questions later. If you say, "Hey, Chief, let's go hijack. Hey, Baba, what car we driving?
Yes,
let's go and buy the driver."
You'll explain
Yeah,
later.
I'll explain later. So no, man, I just remember someone was trying to, I think, punch him or had tried to slap him. I saw that coming a mile away. Tackled the guy.
Dude, you came like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Why is a rugby tackling this dude?
Yeah. No. I just remember was it the 5? It was a 5FM party.
I thought it was a 5FM event.
Yeah, the
St.
5FM
Eve's,
party at St. Eve's, and then someone was trying my luck with my friend. Yeah.
Why did you decide that, okay, maybe I'm done with Cape Town now?
Sure.
It's time for Joburg.
So I did call it the rounds between 2008 and 2011. Yeah. I was playing at the same gigs. I was playing at the same gigs, same festivals. So at that time, I was like, hey, I'm not getting any joy out of this, you know. Luckily, I was already flirting with the rest of the country in terms of gigging in PE, and at that time, the monies that I was making, I was like, Cape Town's great, but I want to explore. So I would take myself to Johannesburg, take myself to a PE, crash on a friend's couch, play for free, in order to enter whatever market, you know. So call it. That's what you call, I guess, investing in the craft and investing in yourself. So by the time 2011 hit, I had a cool job. I was working for Sean.
That's at Anything Goes.
Anything Goes, yeah.
Yes,
but
yes.
I think what I was doing wasn't serving joy to me.
Sure.
I was like, I need another challenge. Hence, then moving to Johannesburg in 2012. I think I most probably would have been comfortable in working for someone than just doing the same thing all over again.
So who's your go-to person when you need to make big decisions?
You?
When you jeez. fuck up my question. Why not?
But sure.
Like when you need to decide, like, I need to relocate, I need to change this, I need to get a house, I need to maybe one day get married.
Sure.
Like, are you a consult kind of guy?
No.
Or are you, we'll see it when it happens kind of guy?
If it manifests here, we're doing it. Uguti, how?
Yeah.
We'll see. My God, ancestors, family, everyone believes in me. Like, and everyone is like, you'll do it. You've got this. If you look back, have you ever failed? And if you did fail, you were still good.
Did you learn?
Yeah.
Did you learn a lesson? If you learned a lesson, then fuck,
you're good. So
jump in again.
There's never been a no, if that makes sense. It's like, do you think this is possible? Okay, cool. Do you want to go throw a party in Mauritius with 1,000 people?
Sure.
Do you think it's possible? Cool. Yeah.
Like you're saying, you were making decent money already by the time you were moving to Johannesburg, but you still opted for an internship at 5FM.
Oh, yeah.
Why was that important?
Growth.
Yeah.
Growth. So, I mean, thank you to you who had provided a platform where I could, play on the show. And also seeing the opportunity that Joburg provided.
Sure.
And I was like, yo, this is what I want. So if it means leaving the comfort of Cape Town and starting afresh in Johannesburg, then so be it. And literally, that was it. I slept on my sister's couch for 2 years. I had no car. I would take taxis.
I was about to say, what were the challenges of relocating cities?
Oh, you went from the top literally right through to the bottom.
You're rebuilding again.
Yeah. So the relationships that I had in Cape Town with the guys from Johannesburg were null and void by the time I got here.
Oh, yes.
Either they considered me competition or they're just like, hey, finally learn the ropes. you know?
On some, I can't fagger you, I'm trying to fagger myself.
Yes, fuck ourselves, So, thank God for my sister. Crashed on her couch for 2 years. Would use and abuse her car, to go to gigs. And obviously, there were meter taxis at the time. Monies for gigs would go to just travel, But it was like, I know the skill and the craft that I have is different to the guys here.
Sure.
Somewhere, somehow, I'll prevail.
A door will open.
Yeah. And I'm the kind of person. I'm not the khobuluzing kind, but I'm just like, I know the offering that I have is amazing.
My work will speak for me.
Yeah. And I'm not a loud individual, but I know my work will do the talking. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You've often said you see yourself as unconventional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us about that.
I hate conforming.
Yeah.
I hate conforming. I hate being bound to anything.
Sure.
I believe in being, call it not one-dimensional, not be a one-trick pony. Be like water, be shapeless, Occupy whatever space that you think you can occupy. Do it with respect. Study that, whatever it is that you're going to do, but don't conform. So I know many people have disliked, call it the way that I play. I was like, cool, I'm happy for you, but it's worked and gotten me from one city to to another country to another continent, To
Dubai, to Spain, to the UK, to the US.
US, yeah.
So it works for someone.
Yeah. I've just never been bound to anything. I think that's boring.
True.
Yeah, I think any producer who binds themselves to just being one-dimensional. I'm not saying don't be that person, but like explore. Music is there to be explored. Creativity is there to be explored. Yeah. Life is there to be explored.
I was shocked a couple of years ago to find out that even when you're on the decks, you still have to almost deal with the anxiety of being on decks.
Oh, yeah.
But you're on the decks rocking the fucking party, my dude.
Sure.
When did anxiety become a part of that mix?
Sure. I think when I realized dealing anxiety was through during COVID.
Sure.
I think when all eyes were on us on the TV show.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's like literally all eyes were on us,
Yeah.
But prior to that, I'm not a big talker. I let the music do the talking. So I don't usually... I'm not flamboyant in my... I'm very boring, actually. But let's do the job. Let's do what's required. And it was...
So you're not going to put on a thong and dance on the stage, but you will rock the party.
Wow, Tato.
Well, that's where the world is going. I'm about to dust off my luminous green thong. It'll give me an extra 2 gigs. Fuck.
Nah, I'm cool. But shout out to those people who do it.
Yeah.
If it works for them, it works for them.
Sure.
No, I think it was just that thing of like, there's pressure. You're the guy. I've always said, don't make me number one. Just top 5.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
somewhere
yes.
there, you know. I don't want to be number one. So I think it was just like, as you grow, there's more pressure. There's more things required. You're the benchmark. You're the guy. So it's like you need to constantly perform. So it's just constantly being on.
So how did you handle that anxiety that crept up on you?
Just do what you need to do when you're required and go. So I don't like partying much.
Yeah.
Strange. I get to where I need
It's
to
work.
be.
It's
It's
work.
work. So the environment that people call, you know, a party or whatever is work for me. You know, if you see me,
Sure.
I need to do my admin, I need to do my job, read the crowd, read the room. This is what's required of me. Deliver on time, with respect, and do a great job and leave. Yeah, so for me it's work. Yeah, till this day, it's obviously. Yeah.
Radio career then happens
Yes.
in your life.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not going to say it was not part of your plan.
Sure.
But the way it happened was like this.
Yeah. Wasn't.
Yeah.
2007.
Yeah.
Cats Radio.
Sure.
Varsity, that's where it started. Nonsense shift somewhere, I don't remember what time.
Yeah.
Then we did UCT Radio with Lloyd. And Akona.
Oh, yeah,
Incident.
you did UCT Radio.
UCT
yes,
Radio
yes, yes,
with,
you did.
With Lloyd. And
Yeah.
then obviously it was like, what's next?
Yeah.
Which was the 5FM came 2017. But I did the internship.
Yes, yes,
you know,
yes, yes, yes.
in 2012. And then I think years later, I got the call. Saying, yo, you keep, well, the call came
From me.
from you. Hey, my man, you have shares in my career.
So when the dividends get paid,
Aye. When I stop. When I cash
you know,
in.
if I got dividends for every career I've had a hand in,
Mutsipe is nothing to you.
Patrice would call me. Like, I see you've got a mind.
Yeah, what's going on? No, man. So, yeah, I think 2016 or 17, we then get the call to do the Weekenders. It was myself, Kid Funk, Carl Kassim, Lloyd, and Das Capital, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was a beautiful time at 5.
Yeah. No, well, the beautiful time was with you guys.
Well, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
amazing
yes,
time
yes,
with
yes.
you guys.
Oh, yeah, you guys were meant to almost fix the fuck up. The management fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that, I guess we were the substitutes.
Yeah.
No, I don't call it substitutes, but we were like the fresh blood that went onto the field. I think when you guys left, you know, it was like,
yeah. You're the duct tape, like we must come in and try and fix this thing.
Yeah,
By hook or crook.
Yeah.
And I think you guys kicked ass.
yeah, no, definitely. I think those guys are still, you know, everyone who's there. I mean, you look at Kid Funk now,
Yeah.
you know, I think Head NR defected.
Yes, yes, yes,
Carl
yes.
Kassim is running the show when it comes to that sound.
Sure.
So is Das Capital. You know, Lloyd, myself and Lloyd, I think have taken
Different paths.
in terms of within entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
I've got an agency, he's got an agent. Like we've now owned that space. Yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
sure,
yeah.
sure.
Taking advantage of the space. Yeah.
What happened in Metro?
What happened in Metro for me to leave?
Yeah.
I had a great show. That show didn't exist. The time frame didn't exist.
Yeah.
So I think they created. It overlapped. It was like the top 40 ended at 1 o'clock, and then there was like a random 2-3 hours, whatever. So like, okay, cool. Let's give you this new time slot of 12 to 2, and then the show did well. And they extended to 12 to 3, and then there was new management that came in, and they're like, "Hey, Bob the Builder, you've built this show. Please, can you go?" They wanted to give me a nighttime show. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay, how does this make sense?
Sure.
I'm in the clubs, I'm in the street, I'm on the ground for you at that particular time.
And often it's not an easy decision to make
Sure.
because a lot of radio managers will do that.
Sure.
That, okay, you're the club guy, so we want to give you a club show. But it also means now you have to decide,
Yeah.
are you doing gigs or are you doing radio?
Oh, no, that was a very easy decision.
Yeah.
Like, I gave them the analytics. I'm like, guys, I brought in X amount of value into the show.
Yeah.
These are the sponsors that I brought in. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I've done for this space. I respect the space. I know what I've done for the platform, but also what the platform has done for me. anything else would be compromising.
Sure.
You know, so I was like, unfortunately, beyond this, I can't do anything.
dollar.
Yeah,
I can't dollar.
yeah. So I couldn't agree to the nighttime show, and I was like, guys, with respect, thank you very much for the opportunity, but I can't. And if it means we can't do if I can't continue doing my show, then you know. But it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
It's a blessing in disguise, given opportunity to business. Now I'm just full on in business. Yeah, yeah.
So,
But I do miss radio.
Yeah.
I do miss radio. Yeah.
no, dude, radio is a different high.
Yeah.
That is different from the club.
Sure.
That you can't explain it to someone. They have to experience it themselves.
Sure.
For them to understand why radio it's like a drug.
Yeah, big time.
So understand why you'd miss it.
Yeah.
Lockdown happens,
Yes.
and yourself and Shimza start
Sure.
producing TV.
Sure.
Take us through that period, and I understand there was also conflicts along the way in terms of concept or not, black motion involvement or not.
No, so lockdown is announced.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, let me do a streaming party.
Yeah.
Ne? And then Shimmy's like, oh, I'm doing a streaming party. I'm like, okay, cool, let me drop what I'm doing. How can, how can we
Work together. Yeah.
He's like, okay, cool, this has been done 1, 2, 3. Great. Do that, the first streaming show, amazing. We did it at the Black Motion Studios.
Oh, yes.
And then, by the grace of God, literally while the show is happening, channels are like, we need this thing on television next week. Make it happen. We progress in the conversation with the guys from MultiChoice. And the next day, they're like, can you guys put this thing on television by next week, you know? Shimmy's a fast operator, he's a fast mover, you know, makes the calls. I also brought in a business partner of mine at the time, Sibu, who made the sponsorship things happen very quickly. So within 6 days, we produced, and we didn't sleep.
Yeah.
We didn't sleep. By the time it was locked down on the Thursday evening or whatever, we had produced 6 weeks worth of TV.
Yeah.
I think 12 hours a weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So the initial people that were involved in the process felt that they had a right to the concept, whether it was the use of the production or whatever it was. Sure. Like, what about us? And I think, obviously, that was the challenge, and thank God it was resolved because we're cool today. But I think it was just one of those
You're cool finally.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. But there was a misunderstanding. But like the core of the concept, I'm not this is your thing, this is your thing. Sure. I was a part of it. It was life-changing for many people today. Till this day, people are like, man, lockdown, yes, which is dope. So, and it provided, I mean, a lot of people I see today thank me or thank, it's like, let me not say me, but thank the guys in the production. Yo, you guys brought life to a crappy period in this country.
Sure.
Yeah, and we changed careers as well.
How do you deal with conflict? Or
I'm solutions based.
Or we don't see eye to eye.
I'm solutions
or
based.
I feel you're a puss. Like, how do you deal with
I'm
such?
solutions based. I'm not emotional.
Yeah.
1 + 1 is 2. I think that's been an issue for some.
So at a practical level, what does that mean?
If us bonani, it's part ways.
Sure.
There's no bad blood. It's like, yo, if we don't see eye to eye, I'm not gonna fork. No, it's just like, okay, cool. This is not working out. Yeah. So I think if things aren't, if we're not on the same page, which is natural, people will, not all people will be on the same page. So I think it's just a matter of like, oh, this is not working out.
How do you deal with gatekeeping in the industry, or where you feel?
Yo, those gatekeepers ain't got the keys.
Where you feel dudes might be trying to block your shit. Have you ever had to deal with such?
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They weren't doing a great job. They were popping, doing whatever job.
But have you had to deal with
Of course.
where you feel like, no, man?
Many a times. There's been, if I'm defeating you, you're going to call someone a higher being or higher power. And either, by the grace of God or, again, my ancestors or the talent that I have given by those people, kick that door down very quickly. You know, it's like, so while you are looking for these keys of this gate, I'm gone. You know, so I count myself very lucky.
Sure.
I count myself extremely lucky. You know, whatever gatekeeping there was, again, they didn't do a great job because I was able to bypass them very quickly. Yeah.
Your thoughts on bro code? Is there a bro code? Should there be a bro code? Especially when it comes to girlfriends and exes. Like, can I eat where you ate?
This is a hot potato that I'm not going to catch. This is a hot potato I'm not going to catch. Whatever you say belongs to the internet. Angeni.
No, it's a simple question, though. What are your thoughts on bro
My
code?
thoughts are the thoughts that belong to me, which will not be aired in public.
So, for instance, within our brotherhood, would I be allowed to date your ex?
That's you.
In your head, that
This is a hot potato I'm not catching. Hot potato that I'm not going to catch.
What does this sound like? This is not PH answering.
Yeah?
It sounds like your guilt is answering.
No, there's no guilt. I'd be able to tell if I had guilty feet. I'm just saying, I'm giving you a politically correct answer, which protects my peace.
Should there be a bro code, though?
Of course.
Okay, so there should be a bro code.
That's a politically correct answer I'm going to give you.
Okay.
Look, I think I've always been big on respect.
Yeah.
You know? Big on respect. I think if I see now I'm catching this hot potato. I'm big on respect.
Make those fries, dog. Let's go.
It's just for me, it's just like, obviously, you know, dudes are very territorial.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And sometimes this is where logic may be an issue. It's just like, Mara, where are you in this picture?
Sure.
And then I'm looking at, you know? So, but I mean, I never want to be crude or rude or spiteful or wrong about things. It's just like, I'm catching this hot potato. Treat people with respect. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah.
How do you deal with internet bullies? Have you had to deal with internet bullies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the internet is not a real thing. It's a whole lot of projection. Of course, when someone says, I used to have an issue where 100 people could say something, 99 were positive. The one says something negative, and I'm bothered by the one.
Catch that one.
Yeah, I'm bothered. Like there could be 99 people praising.
Yeah.
But the one is like, you know, it bothers me. But now I'm just like, dog, I'm harder if you feel that way. There's absolutely nothing I can do.
Sure.
And the reason why I have this perspective is because I've been fortunate enough to go through therapy. 3 years of therapy, almost weekly.
When did you go for therapy?
In lockdown.
Okay.
Yeah, in lockdown.
Why did you go for therapy?
Heartbreak.
Yeah.
Heartbreak, anxiety.
They broke your heart.
Aish.
Jeez. But there's no bro code involved.
Yeah?
There's no bro code involved, though.
Where? No, therapy. It was heartbreak, it was anxiety.
Yeah.
It was, I think, also just like, no, man, I want to get to understand me, my thinking, my ways, this, that, the other. So, yeah. And then I think it became addictive, but I then got to understand why certain decisions are made, why I think in a certain manner.
Yeah.
And it's also big to unlearn a whole lot of things that you've learned.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Because often the things we're not aware we need to unlearn,
Sure.
because maybe it's your blind spot
Sure.
that's not seeing them,
Sure.
are the shit that is holding you back.
Sure.
And the sooner you accept that you need help,
Sure. Yeah.
you know, the
better it's
sooner
beneficial for you and a lot of people around you.
you can break free from that shit.
So those are the chains that I've been able to rid of, you know, many things that I've been able to unlearn in through therapy.
What was the most difficult thing about going for therapy? Apart from just starting, because often for especially a lot of men,
Sure.
we were in denial about that we need therapy, that
Sure.
we need to get help.
You know, there's nothing difficult. I think the why of me going there was the toughest thing.
Yes.
But in there, the journey was great. It's just like, oh, Kandi, this is how you decide on things. This is where it comes from. So, make an example. I have a massive sneaker collection.
Yeah.
but I used to have buyer's remorse. It's like, hey, why did I buy this thing? You know? Little did I know that I was appeasing the little me who
Never got the sneakers.
never got the sneakers, you know? So it was just one of those things. And then when I found out, I was like, oh, okay, cool, I'm not buying sneakers anymore. Yeah, because little man, you've got more than enough sneakers now.
Absolutely.
You know? So it's just learning those things and quick to either unlearn or adapt or work on the negatives.
What other thing did you have to unlearn that you think we might benefit from if we unlearned it? I know it was a personal journey, but is there anything that you could share with us maybe that you had to unlearn?
Sure, I'd be lying to you, but for me, I think I've been able to choose peace, and peace is very expensive. Peace is saying no to the people you love the most.
And often peace comes at a cost.
Yeah, it comes at a cost,
Yeah.
you know. So it's saying no, it's choosing yourself first. And choosing yourself first is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But it's beneficial to you. And I always say this, you can't pour from an empty cup. You know, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Be good to yourself so that you can be good to others. So I've had to start learning that through therapy. And now it's normal. But before it was difficult to say, what is this person going to say? But now it's like, nah. Yeah.
We spoke about internet bullying. You lost your Twitter account
Thank fuck.
to hackers. What happened?
I did not click on anything. I did know what not. I was DJing somewhere, and then I saw like someone trying to log in from Australia or New Zealand.
Yeah.
And then by the time I was done playing,
They logged in.
logged in. Yeah. So I was like, And then I tried, for months I was like, my Twitter account. But funny enough, it's been peaceful.
Yeah.
Work still operates.
Sure.
Work carries on. And a lot of people, the high of being, verified, popular on social media, this, that, the other. I wasn't chasing that thing, So when I lost that account, I was like, "Oh, cool! I'm happy with my 500 followers now on my new Twitter account. It's peaceful." I realized I was following nonsense people. The information that I was consuming was, you log on to Twitter and you just scroll and it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's garbage, garbage.
Yeah.
One good informative thing and then garbage. So it was great cleansing.
Let's talk about business. Let's talk about especially Paula.
Sure.
I mean, Paula started as I'm celebrating my birthday.
Sure.
You put it in our DJ group. Guys, I'm
Yeah.
doing a birthday party. Any of you available to come and DJ?
Sure.
I remember I did a hip hop set. At your first Paula.
Yeah, the first one, yeah. You're right,
Yeah.
the first one, yeah.
And Paula's now become an animal.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about scaling an event like that.
Sure.
And lessons you have learned along the way, especially for guys who are in business
Sure.
and don't know how to scale.
Sure.
Scale up or down for that
Sure.
matter.
So every day is like a learning curve. Every
Yeah.
event is a learning curve. Every city is a learning curve. It started off from humble beginnings, much like my career into like beast mode. We now employ gang amount of people. I think just
So do you have permanent staff just
Yeah.
for Paula?
Salaries, tons of salaries are paid there.
Sure.
There's a team that I've, handpicked. You're good in this department, you're good in this department, you're good in this department. I think building a beast like that is testament to everything else that I've built. Start small, respect, and grow.
Yeah.
Not everything comes overnight. So to someone else, like, you started throwing big parties now. Oh, this parties, I've been throwing it for 5 years, 6 years, you know? And I've respected the business element of it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So, again, treat things with respect. Is a fundamental part of anything. Yeah.
Biggest lesson learned having to manage people?
We assume that people are like us. We assume that people are either, about growth, about whatever. People aren't like us. Some people are opportunists, some people are liars, some people are thieves, some people are, filled with negativity. Not everyone is like you. Not everyone's going to think like you. So be able to manage people in that way. And also, I'm not going to say have 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
But manage a situation where if this happens, you're able to manage that. Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah.
So, for instance, with your Durban event,
Sure.
During the Durban July weekend,
Sure.
there was a lot of fires you were putting out.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I had the marquee at the Durban July, and then I had obviously put on the weekend.
Shout out.
Spent a truckload of money.
Yeah.
Trucking in things.
Sure.
From Johannesburg.
So why do you have to truck things Or you can't get them locally?
That particular weekend, to source quality stuff.
Especially in Durban.
It's like there's a million marquees,
Yes.
there's a million events happening, so we had to truck in stuff from Johannesburg. Literally, I think 6 or 7 trucks or 8 trucks of furniture, sound, and teaspoon had to come from Johannesburg, you know. So there's tons of money, that's accommodation, that's logistics, that's feeding all of those people. So a production like that, or on a weekend like that, I think I was just the staff contingent was about almost 40 people, 40, 50 people. You have to feed those people 3 times a day. You have to, feed them, pay them, you know, the trucks and those. But anyways, so on a weekend like that, it becomes increasingly expensive to put together a show like that.
So why do you carry on doing the show then?
It's cool. I love it. I love what I do.
Yeah.
It's great. I love putting joy on people's faces, like I said earlier on, and that's what that event does. As stressful as it is for me, a lot of people have come and said, wow, thank you.
Yes.
You cared. You put hands and
attention to detail.
The devil is in the detail.
Yes,
The devil is in the detail. So it's, you know, a welcome let. Some of the things that I don't get as an artist when I arrive somewhere, it's like, oh, these guys cared, gave us chocolate because he knows I love chocolate, or
they read my rider.
Yes.
Or a towel.
Yeah.
I've been asking for a towel for 25 years.
Sure.
I've only gotten a towel once at Matric Rage.
So
Sorry.
it's one of those
Need
things.
to get that off my chest.
Sorry. Yeah, so it's just those things. Yeah.
So, like I said though, so Durban was you putting fires out.
Yeah.
So how do you stay sane in that madness?
Sure. Actually, at some point, I landed in the hospital from stress this year.
Jeez.
Yeah, I think I had, what is this thing, a pinched nerve. I
Jeez.
couldn't move my neck
Yeah.
from stress.
So you couldn't say no. You're
I
like,
couldn't
okay,
say no.
If you can't say no, go to hospital.
I couldn't move my neck. But I think with that, there was tons of theft, a lot of money lost. But at the end of the day, I still needed to pay everyone. It's school fees.
Yeah.
And I think my career is all about, you know, paying school fees. I've had to pay school fees so that I can impart better knowledge onto the next person or learn next time not to do that mistake.
Yes, sir. So we're gonna quickly jump into a game called When Last.
Okay.
Because we like it.
Sure.
Yeah. And we always start with when last did you pray and what did you pray about?
This morning, I prayed for provision, peace, protect. This week is about the peace.
Sure.
So I've come closer to God. I think the year 34 for me was a change, like a life-changing year. Like every other year is all about progression. So yeah, it's about peace, protection, provision. What else? I forgot the other ones. Yeah. So I prayed this morning. Yeah.
When last did you want to pull the plug on an event?
Every time. This in Bloemfontein, I was like, hey, Falkland.
What stopped you from pulling the plug? Apart from the fact that we had Shanya.
No, my team
Yeah.
also believing in the idea, people buying tickets, people saying, I can't wait. It's like, you can't disappoint these people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the money spent.
When last did you have to control your temper?
Same event.
In Bloem?
In Bloemfontein.
Looking in the mirror, why did you not fucking pull the plug?
No, it's like some supplier was bringing Long John toilets. I'm like, dog, I don't pay you for this shit, literally. You know, so, and I had to control my temper. I'm like, ish, you know, I have to be good to this person, yeah.
So, when last did you feel like, oh shit, I am getting old?
On my birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, but also...
You were hitting what, 38?
No, that's turned 35 though.
35. Okay,
yeah.
so Google eyes, like you said.
When I was asking the guys about multivitamins, I was like, hey, gents, what do you guys prefer, effervescence, injection?
So in a WhatsApp group, there's about, 25
yeah.
25 DJs in there.
Sure.
PH walks in there, is like, guys, multivitamins. Like, no, wrong group.
Yeah, so I was asking the guys about multivitamins and what's good for you.
Myself and Fistas have been doing this for 30 years. We're not on multivitamins. My man, you will see this to the end.
Yeah. So that was the last time I felt old.
When last did you feel positive envy for someone?
Sure.
Like you're envious, but you're happy for them.
Man, I've learned this through therapy.
Yes.
It's like I'm firstly happy for self.
Yes.
So I can't look at the next person and be like, I wish that was me. That would be
Sure.
me being ungrateful.
Yes.
The basics, I have a roof over my head, this, that, the other, like I'm good, you know? So for when I do see someone shine, it's like, hey, that's God. You know,
Yes.
that's God. That's God at work, you know? Maybe I make a joke like where, you know, the Tugsin remix for Horns in the Sun.
Sure.
Like, yo, I wish I made that song.
Ah, yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes.
And it's that kind of, and it's like, yo,
Sure.
that's how good that song is. Like, you wish that was yours. Yeah. So it's that kind of thing.
When last did you tick off something on your bucket list?
On my actual birthday, what I gifted myself, it wasn't really a bucket list. It was very boring. On my birthday, I went to a financial planner, sat the whole day with a financial planner, did my wills, invested, you know, instead of buying like a car or something.
So Paula is finally making mine.
No, Chief. I still owe people. Yeah, I still owe people. No, man. It was just like that thing that I was saving for a rainy day. I kind of like sat with the guys and said, yo, how do we spread this thing? Okay, cool. I mean, I've always had it, but it was like more investments and annuity, this, that, the other, you know. The stuff that we aren't taught in our in our space, you know.
Sir.
And that's the stuff I want to teach going forward to guys. To say, hey, Chief, as much as you're rocking,
Sure.
do you have a lawyer? Do you have this? Do you have that? Are you paying these people? Do you have these kind of investments? I remember Temba shocking me one day, saying if you were to break your hand, how this lifestyle that you live now, how long would you live that lifestyle for?
Sure.
And that thing humbled me so quickly. And since then, you know, I've got guy, all these different, you know, it's a little pot everywhere. Don't even look.
And a lot of us literally live from gig to mouth.
Yeah.
Even those that can afford to actually do save
Sure.
are not saving.
Sure.
I get it if you're not earning enough to save a lot.
Sure.
But there are people who are literally making a ton of money and squashing a ton of money.
Look, Diamond Oak is good for your image. That's great.
Yeah.
But I'd be more impressed if you sat down and said, "I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which will cash in X amount of years."
Sure.
Then you go to your Diamond Oaks. But this thing of, you're going, you get gig, you're buying money. You're buying clothes for money that hasn't even come in yet.
Sure.
Because you're like, no, this check is going to pay for these sneakers, this jacket. That's an unhealthy practice. And my biggest fear is dying broke.
Yes.
And that's what I want to impart onto the next guys to say, hey, Ndanga, I'm happy that you're doing this, but
Sure.
are you covered here?
Are you sorted?
Are you sorted?
If you
here?
died today,
Yeah.
are your kids fine
Sure.
until varsity?
Sure.
Is the question I feel you should ask yourself.
Yeah.
Will your kids be fine until university
Yeah.
if you're to die right now?
There's a school friend of mine, Wesley Pretorius.
Yeah.
Ne? His dad, I think we used to say like, yo, this kid, so rich, he had everything come this time. But the dad, before he was even born, put money into Wesley's name so that by age 18, Wesley would be good.
Yes.
You know? And I've taken that thing to say, hey, from this particular point in life, it's not about me.
Sure.
It's about the future.
It's,
you know?
it's legacy stuff.
Yeah. And I think that's what we're not taught
Sure.
in our space.
When last
Sad.
did you cry? In Bloom at Paula.
Bloom. No, when last did I cry? I think it was... when was it? Recently, though, but it was tears of joy.
Yeah.
To say, you know what, like looking back, like, God, you're good to me. Like, and I think it's, I sometimes feel guilty. I always feel guilty to say, I look at the guys I was hustling with back then, and it was like, it's the guys, I'm not saying they staying at home or
They've
whatever,
done
but-
nothing, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just like, there's so much progression on my end.
So much favor.
Yeah, on my end. And it's like, yo, firstly, thank you, you know, to the powers that be. And it's like, you become grateful. And you look at other guys like, damn, I wish I could bring these guys along. But just sometimes understanding that you are chosen or you are favored or whatever it is, and it's like, it's your journey. How you help those guys is provide a platform, you know.
Sure.
So with the club, I try to call the guys, yo, please come and play, you know. At the restaurant, yo, please come and play. And that's the kind of change that I want to, or at least not change to make, but be able to chip into the guys as well. Yeah.
So for those that don't know, what club, what restaurant?
some club there in Sandton, some restaurant there in Sandton.
Yeah.
I just play an important role in making sure the lights are on, the DJs are booked, sponsors bring in money.
So what role do you play at Greenhouse and Live?
I'm here DJ there. I'm here.
Watch the phone ring.
I'm here DJ there. No, it's just I was brought in for a strategic role.
Yeah.
You know, sponsors, relationships with DJs in terms of booking them, and not taking advantage of the fact of the relationships. It's like, hey, it's bringing trust to the establishment. I think that's what it was.
Absolutely.
And turning it from this point to where it is.
When last did you thank your folks for the foundation?
When I was at home recently, when I did a Thanksgiving just before my birthday, I was like, yo, thank you. You know, I think when we have those conversations, it's like, I really appreciate what you've done. I didn't understand as a kid, but now, you know, these are most probably the things that I'll impart on the future generation. Yeah.
And when last did you tell your dad you loved him?
That particular time. Yeah, well, no, yeah, even recently, yeah, on a call.
What's next for PH, dude? Where else can we catch you?
Growth, more businesses.
I know Paula is also going to Mauritius.
Yeah, we're going to Mauritius.
Yeah.
Get your tickets, paulaparty.co.za. We're going to Mauritius. You don't know it, but you're there.
When is the Mauritius date?
1st to the 4th of March, we're taking over Cho Oaks Beach Comba Golf Resort. Yeah.
Okay, so 1st to the 4th of March.
Yes. Big story. It's about 1,000 people. We're literally taking over the entire resort. That is another stress in my life. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I'm excited.
But you don't learn.
No, I don't.
In fact, you don't learn because you're always learning.
Learning, yeah.
And as long as you're always learning, all you can ever do is grow.
Sure.
And who doesn't want to keep growing?
Yeah, that's the thing. So that, and then opening up my own shop, opening up my own restaurant. I just want to explore in business, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if it means me owning an ice cream company next year.
You're on a one-day Paula.
Yeah, at some point I want to Paula. Yeah,
absolutely.
But for now, I just want to work. And it's I know we're taking up time, but it's thanks to the work ethic, you know, you and the guys who paved the way before,
Yes.
you know, Skidos, your coffees, the work rate. It's always a pleasure to see guys at this age opening up new ventures, opening up new businesses, not stopping, you know. And it's like, I remember a previous partner was like, yeah, you're going to be doing this at age 45? Yeah.
Yeah. Your mom is 50 and teaching.
Yeah, you know, so until the wheels fall off.
And that's the one thing I always discuss with Oskido.
Sure.
The fact that we've known each other for 31 years, we were young DJs at that stage. I mean, I was still a teenager when I met Oskido. 31 years later, we're still doing this.
Rocking. Yeah.
We're still doing this.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. So I think for me, it's the guys for today. I just wish that longevity is at the forefront of their thinking.
It's not just a quick rodeo.
Yeah,
and then you must go find a 9 to 5.
A hit single is a means to an end to the next hit single, to the next EP, to the next album, to the next world tour, to opening up your record label if you're going to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? But not this thing of, I'm hot right now and it's going to last forever. That's dangerous thinking.
So basically you're saying whatever money you're making must have money babies. Don't just blow the whole thing.
Yeah.
Create money babies every opportunity you get.
Don't create babies like that. It's
create
create money babies that they birth and the stuff. Yeah, and this is the stuff I want to open up like a information hub. I want to open up, you know, this is what I'm passionate about. This is what I'm working towards. It's like, why can't we have an institute of this nature to say, yo, man, I'm getting, like, if you are a parent watching this, my kid, you know, is passionate about music, what can they learn before they get into this, you know? Because you go from living 100 Rand lifestyle to 100,000 Rand lifestyle in an instant.
Yes.
Everyone wants you in some way or form, you know? It messes with your mind. Now you think you're the breadwinner for real, when it's just like you're hot for now. Yeah.
And if you're reckless with that 100 Rand, you will be reckless with $1 million.
So your problems just grow because you're not from that 100 Rand saving 20% doing this. You're finishing the whole 100 Rand. It's like, okay, cool. Now that you've been given $1 million, you're gonna blow the $1 million. You know? So it's like, how do we impart and empower guys with knowledge that will keep them around for longer?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My dude,
Thank you.
fan of your work. Been a fan. Could see from a mile away that you were going to fly high.
Thank you, boss.
And I don't bet on losing horses. I've never bet on a losing horse.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you for winning, because if you lose,
It's expensive. No, man. I think I also, and my mom always says, you know, one day phone like for fresh phone, you know, and it's just like.
So why have you not done that?
I have. You most probably didn't pick it up. Yeah.
Mama, call me, or just send a check.
The old lady thanks you. I thank you daily. From every call that you've made, it's been a life-changing call. You know, so the only thing that I can do for you is to be able to shine and perform. You know,
Sure.
and to the guys that I've been able to do that for, is to provide a platform. I hope that they take the opportunity and shine and pass it on and on and on and on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, PH is about to leave the building. Please, let's all support Paula. If there's a Paula party in your neighborhood, in your country, in your city, in your town, let's all show up and support. PH has left the building. And we are done for the week. The weather, final exams, things to finish up for the ending of the year, lots of trying situations in the path ahead. So let's take a lesson from a Springbok. Standing before a New Zealand team doing the haka, breathe deep, stand firm, look straight ahead, and then push forward and do your thing. Wishing you all fortitude, and have yourselves a WAW week ahead. This has been another edition of WOW What a Week, coming to you from AMP Studios. We're part of the Africa Podcast Network. Shout out to Pezulu Works for the cinematography. Our audio imaging, courtesy of Otis the Floor Fraser. Our guests today, Suhayl Essa, the Muziqal Chef, and PH. And shout out to our creative producer, Krivesh Mohan, our show producer, Kelezo Mudisa Gang. Email us at waw@africapodcastnetwork.com. Till next week, have a great week in spite of yourselves.